Hi, I'm Brady and I'm running to be your next SRC president.
Okay. All the rector nominees this year plan to be working rectors. How would you go about working alongside a rector to advocate for student issues?
Okay, so I think for the new rector coming in, it'd be good to have that sort of relationship. So from the get-go, just having that clear communication and letting them know from the student perspective what issues we think are happening, and because I think it's important to have that outside view as well to represent the students, and then they can give their experience on what they think is happening and from outside the university in terms of how they think they can help us. So I think just communication really is the key for
that. In your manifesto you talk about fixing inconsistencies within the advisory system. It's a frustration for many non-STEM students that they don't have an individual advisor, but to change the system to give everyone an individual advisor would be a huge project to take on. Is this something you think could be done, or are you aiming for an easier middle ground?
I do think it's feasible to give everyone that individual advisor. I do believe it was that way in the past, and there may have been issues at the time, but I think where it's gone now, whereas it's the advising team, specifically in arts, the advising team, and having spoken to students, it's just something they're not happy with. I think it's just that generic email you ask questions to, and it's just, when you do want to build that rapport with someone, have that relationship with a member of staff, it's not really there for that advisory role if it's not a named person. So if it can't get to the stage where it is an individual advisor for each student, I think at least sort of reassessing how the arts advising team operate and how maybe it's publicised to students, at least giving a list of who the staff are, what sort of their subject is, and maybe at least that way it makes them a bit more approachable, and it's not sort of this hidden email address that you have to be fearful of.
Yeah. Do you think mental health awareness weeks do enough to deal with the mental health crisis currently happening at universities? And do you intend to strive for any major changes in the way mental health is handled at U of J?
So I don't think mental health awareness weeks would specifically do anything to really help it. I think the key word for that is awareness, that we just want students to know that yes, you're not alone in it. If you have mental health issues, it's more and more common for students at universities, and especially in higher education. PGR wellbeing is a big issue, so that would sort of encompass that mental health awareness week. But aside from that, I think mental health, especially when we're looking at the work the CAPs are doing, to really push for that increase of funding. But I think sort of under that umbrella of welfare, you have the peer support programme that the SRC have really pushed in the last few years to roll out across a number of schools and colleges, and it's not there yet across the university, but it's something that we've got good feedback from students that they feel having that one-to-one support, or even if it is in that group scenario, just having somewhere they know they can go and talk to students and share their issues. And I think it just, again, it takes away that stigma of people knowing, you know what, I'm not alone, there's other people that are struggling here at the university, and yeah, I can get support from that. So yes, the mental health awareness week is not just the be all and end all, but I think it's, especially when you're looking at like anxiety, depression, stress is a big one. It's giving ways from that to really improving the good work of our Take a Break, which was formerly de-stress, around exam times, and having something like that during the semester, because yes, you can make these things at certain times, but obviously it's a semester-wide thing. It's an individual to that person, not a set amount of time.
Yeah. Student safety in regards to sexual assault has been a huge talking point and issue on campus this year. How do you intend to go about making the university and campus a safer space, and then to protect victims and survivors dealing with the aftermath of an assault?
So I think what we really do is develop a good relationship with Police Scotland, especially when we're looking at the West End and sort of the wider outside of the sort of university grounds. And we have obviously, we know Kevin Way, the lighting issue there is a big thing, so looking at sort of Glasgow City Council or local MSPs and how they can sort of rally for change in that and provide a safer area, because I know especially with the whole campus redevelopment going on, it is just a war zone of sorts around here, that there's so much chaos, and what we really need to do is ensure that when students are here they feel safe, and that you don't want a student having to be fearful that they're walking from their halls to the library or their flat to the library or vice versa. It's not what we want. In terms of how we can actually support those people that have unfortunately had instances of that kind, I know Tom, our VP Student Support, has worked on bringing someone from Rape Crisis Scotland in to hold a drop-in session, so there's stuff like that. We also have our SRC Advice Centre. They give sort of independent advice, and it's just something there to give support to students in that sense. But I would really push to sort of continue that support, especially with the good work that Rape Crisis Scotland are doing, and suppose having that in, but also just making sure students know that it's there. And then you also have like the report tool, which obviously online keeps it anonymous. Does sort of help in terms of if you have an instance you want to report it, do that sort of thing. But I just really think making sure students are aware that these things exist and that there are people that are going to listen. We do care and we do want just to make sure every student is listened to and is safe at this university.
The climate crisis is a huge issue for many students on campus. What are the three main things you think need to be done to improve sustainability of the way the university runs?
So the three main things for sustainability, I think we need to move. So obviously we have our compostable cups at the minute, but whenever you look at the bins around campus, they're not appropriate for actually disposing them, so it just doesn't make sense. You're looking at single-use plastic that just. I think the university sort of set a deadline of being like, yes, once we hit this date, we will be plastic free, but surely you just don't buy any more plastic in and that solves that issue. I'm sure it's more complex than that, but I think that's the sort of thing you need to look at why this seems like a simple fix and why it's not, and surely that's something that will be sort of in the process of trying to get help for. Thirdly, I mean, it's a topic at the minute, sort of divestment. You're looking at investment in fossil fuels, which you've actually said they'll do by 2024. So I think ensuring that there's a student voice on the divestment working group and really ensuring that the university is meeting that target, and if not, holding them accountable for it. Being like, this is something that's obviously so relevant to students, but I mean everyone. It affects every individual. Climate change, so it's like everyone that is sitting at that table, it's to their benefit. The university is moving in the right. And they're taking the right steps to actually get that and making sure it does hit the target of 2024.